There is potential for, in literally the minute it takes me to get into work right now, an absolute torrential downpour. It's spitting ever so slightly. Will I make it? Because I've got my Converse on today, which means I haven't got waterproof shoes on, but I've definitely got jeans on, boys. We've had a 10 degrees Celsius drop in temperature today, as opposed to yesterday. And I'm taking advantage of that and I'm wearing jeans again. I fucking love jeans. There's a hard road to walk down when there's a, when the bins are all out for recycling and whatnot. It's Friday. Say goodbye to Laura's going to Nottingham this weekend, so it's just me all weekend until Monday. So say goodbye to her this morning, and now we're heading in for Friday work. I don't think many people are in today. It's going to be a bit of a dumb day. I think we might have a bit of free time. I need to trial and error my way, brute force trial and error my way into getting this bloody security thing to work for my automation tests. That's my plan for the day, and I think I'm helping out on tests on anything that I can help out with. Right then, guys. Your boy only went and gone and done it, didn't he? That's what your boy did. So now, on a automation test, I'm able to initialize the API that I'm testing in a fully legitimate ASP.NET Core test server in memory. I can mock any of its dependencies that I want to mock. I can override whatever the fuck I want, and I can keep whatever the hell I want. So I can test all of them automap configurations and make sure they're all configured. I can make sure that I'm talking to the databases correctly. I'm doing all that, I'm doing all this, I'm living the goddamn dream. Also, I'm also spinning up in a second ASP.NET test server in memory, a identity server instance. The identity server instance allows me to log in, then talk to the service then talks to the other identity server instance, make sure that I'm authenticated, which I am, then logs me in, and that means I can test all user authentication, make sure that I can't access the database when I'm not supposed to be, all automatically without any kind of deployments and any dependencies on anything, so I can run it anywhere, anytime. And it's fast AF. I'm pretty dope. I'm pretty fucking hyped about it, boys. I solved it today about lunchtime and told my tester friend next to me. She wasn't all that excited. She didn't really understand, but she looked at me and made me feel like someone cared. It's a legitimate problem I have where all the things that excite me, don't really excite other people. So I tell you about it, and that's about it. Otherwise, Laura's not going to be here for the weekend, as I told you. She's not going to get back. I'm not going to see her until Monday afternoon when I get home from work. So I'm going to go fucking crazy. And if you guys are here for the first time ever, and you've never seen me on my own for a weekend, well, you're in for a ride, boys and girls. This is going to be one long vlog, because I've got no one else to talk to but you. And I've preemptively warned Charlie at work to be like, yo, you better be prepared to chat on Monday. Because I'm going to be climbing the goddamn walls. All I've got to talk to is a camera, and it doesn't talk back. Otherwise, today, what are we going to do? I pushed up all my code onto Atlas just in case my laptop got hit by a bus, and I would have been traumatized if I'd have lost all the code that I'd written. And now I'm going to race through and tidy it all up. It's very proof of concept-y, it's very messy at the moment. I've got to tidy it, and there's one thing I need to figure out, and I feel like I know what I'm going to do. It's how to use the real configuration, the real like microservices configuration, and the stuff I want to override. So there's some things I want to override, like which identity server you're supposed to be using. And there's things I don't want to override because I want to use its. And I feel like I can link it into my own project, put it into a certain area in the test itself, so it's identical. So if you update one, it updates the other, and then just place mine at a higher priority in the configuration chain to override whatever I want to. I feel like that's the way to go. I need to see. I would prefer to just like basically straight up use their server instead of like having this weird hack thing where it's copied between the two. But it's not really a hack. But yeah, it's just not as clean. Quite literally every day this week, I've spent between 3 to 4 hours trying to get this thing running. And all I wanted to do was write an automation test to assert, to basically TDD my API. It's not that, shall we? I can run TDD at a user story level rather than just like a code implementation level. And a week, effectively 15 fucking hours later, I finally got the test written. So, living the goddamn dream, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna have this is my 9 o'clock cup of tea, and then go back up and we'll actually implement this piece of code. I could probably smash this out tonight before we go to bed. 9 o'clock. I'm in the habit of going to bed really late, so I'm going to bed at like between 12 and 1 these days. I had planned to like ramp up productivity in the run up to doing this full time, and I was planning on doing my sleeping cycle to do that effectively, but it just doesn't line up well. It's quite a busy couple of weeks basically this month running in, because there's like just shit going on all the time, and it just wouldn't have made sense for me to do it. So I bottled out, but as a flip to that, I am spending still about 4 hours a day working on stuff, so that's not bad. The problem is, all the work I am doing is development work. It's not business management work or growth work or anything like that, so that's the downside. But yeah, so in essence, if you think that I'm going to do anything exciting this weekend while Laura's away, well, you know what they say, while the lady's away, the boys play. I'm not doing that, I'm doing a lot of programming. I mean, I've got some washing to do at some point. I've got to dodge the weather though. It's supposed to be quite a wet weekend, I think. But yeah, no plans for me, so just working hard, you know? Working hard all day, every day. What? The temperature has just been like ramping, oh god, too many steps at once, ramping up. It's got so hot and so uncomfortable in here. But I was getting all excited. There's one other problem I need to solve, and that is to do with Swagger document generation. Because I might just have to turn it off when it's in the mock, because of the way that Swagger generates. It generates like XML files based off the comments that it's built. But I don't have access to that reliably at runtime of the test, because it hasn't necessarily built in the way that it's supposed to. Because I'm building it from my perspective in the assemblies. I feel like it's just going to be one of them things I'm going to have to mock out. I was looking at a way of trying to override where it got the file path from, because at the moment it's coming from Service Fabric itself, like Service Fabric's telling me where Service Fabric's being hosted, so that I can get access to the file, so that I can generate the Swagger documentation, so that I can do everything else. Yeah, let's just take the fucking comments out. I don't need that in there for when I'm running the tests. That's totally unnecessary. But I now have two tests. One when I'm unauthorized, and one when I'm authorized. I haven't implemented the code yet, but I've set up all the mocks so that it should just work out of the box. As soon as it starts running, it'll work. I'm not going to do it tonight, I don't think, because I'm getting too uncomfortable in here, and I feel like I've been working all fucking day. This will put me at 6 hours on this project. That's a lot. But the interesting thing is, I can run, so I've got two tests, one when I'm unauthorized and one when I am authorized, and they both take sub half a second. That's fucking quick for how much it's doing. It's like spinning up two entire services. Each test spins up an entire server, authenticates with it. There's a load of talk between the two over the network. That's pretty fucking dope, fam. Yeah, I'm calling it. I've done about 6.5 hours of programming today. I'm fucking knackered, dog. I'm gonna go play Xbox for a little bit. It's 11:20 at night. And to be fair, I am a bit like, that was earlier before I got my cup of tea, I'm like, oh gosh, I feel sleepy. I feel very sleepy. But yeah, like I say, I've been staying up pretty late this week. So working hard, playing hard. But yeah, I feel like I've literally come back, and like the most I've done to take a break is watch some YouTube videos and cook some dinner, you know, and kind of effectively procrastinate. I find that if you ever take a break, if you procrastinate your way into a break, it's a really unproductive break. You need to have productive breaks by actively stopping and doing something fun, rather than being like, oh, I'm just going to check this, and then, you know what I mean? I guess because one of them, you've let yourself do it, so it feels better, whereas the other one, you've kind of tricked yourself into thinking you should. You've kind of tricked yourself into wasting a shitload of time and not getting any benefit out of it. That's what I mean. So I've been working hard this morning. I've sorted out Laura's plants. They've been watered. I got up nice and early. Well, I got up nice and early anyway, but I did them early in the morning because I hear that's the optimal time to water plants, and I'm a bit of a tryhard. So otherwise, I've had breakfast, done all the washing up, got ready, all that shit. I've been sitting here working for the last little bit, and I'm like playing music and stuff as like background noise. But Formula One free practice is about to start, and I'm not bothered. I like Formula One. I'm not really asked about watching them go around in circles practicing, but I am kind of in the need for just background noise. And listening to music all day does drive you a little bit mad. I'm going to watch quali later in the race tomorrow. I watched that shit downstairs. But I was like, oh, let's try and do this. I just want to show you how janky this experience is. So you open up, you go into your task manager and you open up Now TV. It opens up this thing here. You click Let's Go, takes you to a web browser, which then you can view stuff. You can then click play on that, and then it will say open an application, and then it starts over there, I'm assuming? Yeah, right. Why? Why does it do that? Why can't I just view it in the app? Why can't I just watch it in the browser? What the heck? So I've just finished off the gluing of stuff together. It's all glued in, it's all configured, with the exception of Automapper. So I haven't told Automapper how to map all the objects yet, because I've forgotten. Let's say, hypothetically, I've forgotten. To find out that I've forgotten, I'd have to boot it up and run it. I'd have to run the application and it will fail at runtime because Automapper won't know how to map something. Which is a pain in the ass. For this one, it's not so bad because it's just a configuration call. It's literally just get templates. So it's something that can be done relatively trivially. It's not like it's part of a big chain of things that I need to do in order to do that. However, so I have 36 or possibly 33 tests, unit tests that have all passed. Happy days. If I run all of the tests, all 36, which include the acceptance tests, what I will get is one failure. And that one failure, which has already failed because it's fast as fuck, that one failure happened in 0.3 of a second, and it says unable to resolve service. I haven't even injected it in properly. God damn, that is so fucking cool. I feel like I need a cup of tea though. Let's have a cup of tea and then let's come back. And then I will fix that test. God, fuck, I love it so much. I don't know what it is about it that gives me that thrill. I just fucking love it. It's so cool. So I have about an hour and 10 minutes before quali starts. And I want to have lunch. So I'm going to have lunch while I'm watching qualifying, and I might be able to do a pull request as well while I'm watching qualifying as well. The new microservice API is finished. I've got all that all plumbed in and happy. Gucci. I am now extending the API gateway so that it is exposing the new API. It now exposes that API. I need to firstly update its Swagger definitions so that the front end can generate a client so that it can talk to it. And secondly, extend GraphQL to communicate to this microservice, which is where shit gets tasty because it's in a second microservice, it's in a different microservice to the other one. So I'm now potentially, although not on this endpoint, but on further graphs, this is like completely separate, potentially have to glue together the responses from two different microservices. Because you could query GraphQL to pull data from the first microservice and the second one. Because you could pull repository information and pipeline information at the same time. That's going to be dope, fam. I'm excited about that life. But yeah, this is where we get into the fun bit. Can I do this in an hour? That's the question. I've also had some samples have just arrived for business card. I wanted to get a sample because they do one that's made out of recycled cotton, which I liked the idea of. But it feels a bit too flimsy. It feels like the edges might get battered a little bit more so than the others were. So I'm kind of like between. I wasn't expecting to like this thicker one. I like the thick one, and I like the not that one, the Supreme one, the posh one. They're both original. So I do think you have to go up to the Super to get the nice, to get it to feel like chunky. That's chunky. But yeah, I also quite like the shape of that. That's quite a nice shape. I'm not sure I could design something that would look good. But that's by the by. So that's the other kind of businessy thing I've been doing at the same time. Lol. That was a big ask, man. That is a lot of work to do in an hour. Fuck me dead. So I've got it so that you can get it via the REST API. And I'm integrating in the bit of the API gateway that connects to the microservice, and then I've got to define the query on top of it. I'm just building out the mappers, and I've realised that because I'm managing Swagger generated files, it's just faffier than it needs to be. Oh god, fucking damn, mate. 3.5 hours of programming so far today. In fairness as well, made a shit ton of progress in 3.5 hours. I've done way more than 3.5 hours amount of work, if you ask me. Okay, especially comparative to this work where I spent weeks, literally days, working on the same shit, not getting anywhere. So it's feeling like we're making good progress. But man, am I hungry? And man, do I want to watch Formula 1 and just take a bit of a break, goddammit. I'm going to take my laptop just in case qualifying's boring, and then I do a code review while watching Formula 1. But I think your boy deserves a break of some sorts. Yeah, boy. He's working his little ass off over here, man. Also, more ways that Now TV is just a dumbass fucking service, right? I'm on that app here, right? Let me just figure out, make sure I'm not being an absolute dumbass. Okay, I'm being a little bit of a dumbass. But from the Watch Live section, I've just discovered an entirely new section, which I don't think was there last time I looked. But on here, you can see what programs are currently on, whether or not it's Sky Sports News, I care about Formula 1 here, which is apparently the main event, which is interesting. It's normally all the way down here on the Formula 1 bit. You can scroll to the right. Here's this next thing. Starts in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If you click on that, you can add it to your calendar. It's fucking 5 minutes away. Also, you can't scroll any further than that on this screen. So it's not like what's worse, it's going to be 3 hours away, right? Oh, please put that to my calendar, please. Don't just how about set a reminder? Fucking goddamn it. But I'm being a bit dumb because there is another screen where you can go for future events and go all the way forward to things like tomorrow's race. That's better. It's not ideal, but it's better. Alternatively, you could just let me scroll further on that side. God damn it. I was about to say that we were forecasted rain today and it's not raining, so I was going to do the clothes wash tomorrow, but it actually might be spitting a little bit. It's kind of a weird temperature. Everyone else is they're washing out. Fucks. I was going to do that. It's kind of a weird temperature because it's like, it's not really cool and warm enough for, let's close this, let's just close the windows. It's not really warm enough for shorts, but I'm wearing shorts. But I think I'd be uncomfortable in something else. I finished the work I was doing. Pushed it all up. API gateway is all expanded now with GraphQL involved in it. It only took me about an hour longer, I think, than I was expecting it to. So my prediction to be able to do it before, that's not true. Okay, 2 hours. 2 hours above the point where I was like, I want to get it done for Formula 1. 2 hours later it's finished, that's not too bad. I'm trying to log into VSCS or Azure DevOps so that I can do my code reviews and just get it all fucking sorted and merged in so I can finish off that ticket. And I can't log in. It's just doing an infinite redirect. I think they've got problems. I'm trying to figure out who I can tweet at Microsoft. Because it's, is it Visual Studio that's broken, Visual Studio Online, or is it Microsoft in general? I think it's Microsoft in general. Tweet that. It says Azure DevOps that's down. I can log into Azure and I can log into Microsoft Office. So it just looks like it's Visual Studio Online. Fascinating. Anyway, I guess it's dinner time then, because there ain't no waiting room for that, is there? Just gonna wait for a bit, then do that. I was hoping to do the code reviews and then have dinner, or sit downstairs on my laptop doing the code reviews. But I don't like the case, so I might have to find something else to do. 6 hours of programming so far today. Well, 5 hours 45 minutes, but 6 hours. Not bad, and it's not even the evening yet. This is vaguely what my calendars look like. So orange blodgers are Rad Spider stuff. And Varialis stuff in general, to be fair, there's a couple of them there, not many. But yeah, that's how normally my evenings are where I get my most work done. But I could probably log another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tonight, depending on whether or not this fixes itself. Because it's gonna block me. Oh, cat. Got a super quick dinner. Well, do I want pasta or do I want pie? Yesterday I had southern fried chicken, chips and beans. Could have pie, mushy peas and dinner veg. Or pasta and garlic bread. I have pasta and garlic bread. I feel feel pastory. An hour later, managed to log in and create some pull requests and whatnot. Bit bizarre. It seemed to just be my one account that just kind of got itself fucked. And it wasn't like my user account. It was my workspace in Visual Studio Online that was broke. I have like a company account. So Microsoft accounts are a bit of a bitch for me. Obviously, I've got my account that I've had for years now, which is just like my personal account. I have a company account of which I have a personal tier and a work tier, and I have my normal account. So I have an old Visual Studio Online which I used to use, which is just like for me, and I have one that I set up specifically for Varialis. My Varialis work account is the administrator, but my personal account is where I do my work. So that is like the second user that's not an administrator, and just it has basically admin rights, but not quite. So, what I'm trying to say is, I couldn't log into my Varialis Visual Studio Online account from either the admin or my personal account. I couldn't do it on any browser or my phone. So Chrome, well, Edge on my phone, or Edge and Chrome Incognito, you fucking name it, on the thing. But I could log into my personal account with my personal account on the computer. I'm like, what is going on here, man? So I think it was just my account got like fucked for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why, but it did. But I'm back in now, so I'm just spinning up the pull requests have been spun up, they're running the builds now, and I am going to make myself a cup of tea, then sit down and do some code reviews. But it's 9 o'clock at night now, and I'm not sure how, if it's worth starting the next thing tonight, or if I want to do something else. We'll see how productive I'm feeling once I've done these code reviews. So, if I'm not going to be feeling productive, then I'm not going to force myself to do it. But what else am I going to do? What else are you going to do, Jamie? Nothing. On a serious note, spending an entire day and working 6 hours isn't good enough, Jamie. You need to get better at that. You need to work more than 6 hours a day soon. So get started now, you little shit. You little lazy, procrastinating shit. You've got no one to play Xbox with, so don't stop looking at the Xbox. It's 10 o'clock, but I'm going to call it here a little bit, I think. I finished all my PRs, merged all the code in. I'm pretty happy with the amount of work I've got done today. Working for 7 hours, according to my little timer thing. And I've chipped through a significant amount of code, so I'm pleased with that. I've come to the point where I was starting to pick up the next thing, and it's like mildly dawning on me that I feel like I need to set in stone or race ahead and kind of get like a proof of concept for the bit just after this. Because this is basically the config for a hard bit. And I haven't really set in stone how that hard bit's going to work. I've got some ideas, but I haven't really set that out yet. I need to architect that properly and make sure that what I think is going to be the case is the case. And I think even from a high level, I don't think I need to get proof of concept up and running yet. I think I could just be like, yeah, so get it to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm 95% sure that given this amount of information, I can get to that. And if not, then I could just add a little bit more information if I need to. But what I don't want to do is build a thing up over here to hit something and basically like fucking build a bow when I need a shotgun, you know what I'm saying? Build a machine gun. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to build a really nice fucking machine gun over here, but actually I need a sniper rifle. That kind of, you know what I mean? But if it turns out that I just need like a better sight on it, this is a stretch in this metaphor, then if I just need a better sight on it, it's easier to add a sight or add more bullets into it than it is to change it completely into something completely different. So I feel like I need to pen that out and do it. I might do that tonight, but I'm going to step away from the computer for a little bit, play a little bit of Xbox, and potentially draw that out. If not, I'll draw it out in the morning and then start on some other stuff tomorrow. It's funny, so I'm, like I say, I'm 2.5 weeks away from doing this full time and going into my own business full time. And today, it's really dawned on me what I think is going to be the most difficult part. And that's going to be how lonely it is. Because I have no one to talk to. Outside of like, I'm going to miss going to work and having someone to talk to all day. And interacting with lots of people. Like, obviously I talked to Laura, this is why it's coming up, because like Laura's not here and I want to talk to somebody. And like Laura's busy. She's not here also. She's also busy at the same time and I've got no one to talk to. And that's going to be the hardest thing for me, because I'm very talkative and I'm very teamy. I'm not a lone wolf developer as much as I may seem it, because I spend all this time working on my own. Just catch that fly in my hand like an absolute champ. I'm so fucking good, boys. I caught it. Just put it in the bin. God damn. Jesus Christ, I'm like fucking Neo. But yeah, so I'm really like teamy. Like the job before the one I've currently got, what I hated most was when everyone suddenly started working from home and the team wasn't in the office and there wasn't anyone to talk to. It was really quiet. And I appreciate that I've wished this life upon myself. But it's going to be the hardest part of all of it is going to be that really deep down, the only people I have to talk to is Laura, who is A, not around in the day, and B, has a limited knowledge of anything that I do, and C, will probably very quickly get annoyed about it if I just talk about nothing but that. Or you, and A, you don't talk back, and B, I can't really tell you everything because of the things I might be doing. I can tell you a lot, and C, if you do talk back, it's often too late. I think it's dawned on me tonight that like how lonely I am now, and how that's going to be the hardest part, and how I have to throw myself into the situation where I have people to talk to sooner rather than later. Because if there's one thing that's going to drive me mad, it's going to be that. That's going to be the thing that's going to really fuck me up. But we'll see. Yeah, I've been upstairs. I've finished off the code review and just doing all the merges and stuff, waiting for builds and whatnot. And I'm feeling sad, you know. I'm there and I'm like, ugh. Like a cross between lethargic and sad. I don't know what lethargic means. There's another fly around. Get ready. Fucking Neo's here. I think I've been struggling recently with being a little bit distant and being a bit like deep in my own head a bit. And I don't really know why. I feel like I'm a little bit like, I've had it before where I feel like I'm right in the middle of my head, but everything else is like a bit thick. Like my brain is just really small inside my own head. And it's just like a bit numb to stuff, you know? You know, when you're like you're a bit drunk and you just like, don't really know where your arms are and that kind of stuff. And like, if you hit your hand, that feels like numb to me. It doesn't, obviously, it's my hand, but you know what I'm saying? It's my brain. Like, I've got no one to talk to about that. Obviously, I've talked to Laura about it, but like, it's only one person's opinion, effectively. And I feel like I should have more people to talk to. And it's going to be something I'm going to have to do is, I'm not the kind of person who reaches out to talk to people. They normally come to me because I'm usually very happy with just the people that are around me and living in my own life, you know? But I'm going to be losing all the people around me, so I'm going to have to be the one that's actively going out trying to talk to different people, either A, in person, or B, just online. But yeah. Because I've got a predicament that's rolling around in my head that I'm not really sure Laura is going to be able to help with. But I don't know who would. Who is? That's the problem, because I don't really have any friends. Yeah, fuck me. Right. I'm going to call it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go shoot some shit on a game and get potentially an early night, probably not an early night, maybe do some architecting, I don't know. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Come back tomorrow for more rambles, more rants, more fucking watch me spiral. We'll see how it's going. Like I said, I've got all day tomorrow. I've got some other things to do during the day. I've got the clothes washing to do, and I might do a little bit of cleaning, spring cleaning around the house. But otherwise, more of the same. Development and architecting. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Scratch my face. A bit of planning. Fun. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later.